Hi, I hope you're having a great day so far. Today I will be sharing my tips and tricks on how to improve your Minecraft house. I have my test subject Ida with me today. She will be trying to follow my steps. Let's say you and Ida are total beginners when it comes to building in Minecraft. Then your house may look something like this. Well, yeah, it's a box. So I'm gonna jump right into the video and show you my first tip. We're gonna start by adding a contrasting border on the bottom of your house, just to add some detail and make it look a bit more realistic, I guess. It already looks less boring, so we're moving on to the second step. Now we're gonna add some shapes to your house to make it feel more like a house and less like a box. We also made it a bit bigger to have some more room to work with when we're making the interior. And as you can see, I zoomed in on a spruce forest there for a second, just because we're gonna change the type of wood we're using, after adding the door of course. Make sure your door is symmetrical, and you can choose if you want a 2-block door or a 1-block door. We went with the door that's 2 blocks wide. When adding the walls and the ceiling, one thing you want to do is make sure to have a 3-block tall room, so you can have more space to move in and it feels less claustrophobic. And here we realized the door wasn't centered at all, so we just went ahead and fixed that. Now we're on the third tip, which is to add windows. I've made my windows 2 blocks tall, which I don't know, I think it looks nice and it lets in a lot of light, and it's also made possible by the fact that our room or ceiling is 3 blocks high. Now you want to make sure to space out your windows evenly, and if not possible then just go ahead and make them different sizes. I'm gonna have to change these windows later because the second floor ends up interrupting it all, but that's alright. I mean, it's Minecraft, you can just remove and replace blocks. Speaking of blocks, you may want to think about which blocks you're choosing. Here we tried a couple different types of wood for the floor and ended up with choosing birch. Now we're putting glass panels in the windows, and we recommend you use glass panels instead of glass blocks since, I don't know, it looks more like a window and you can also stand in it, which is pretty fun. Now we're at my fourth tip, which is to add pillars to the outside of your house. There are a few different types of pillar styles you can choose between, but we decided to go with the one on the right. Adding pillars makes your house look less flat. Tip number 5 is to add a second floor to your house. Once again, make sure that your room or ceiling is 3 blocks high. As you can see here, adding the second floor to only a part of the house makes it look more interesting. Tip number 6 is to add a nice roof. By adding a roof, you make your house look more like a house and, once again, less like a box. When adding your roof, make sure to extend it past your wall. This will make your house look less flat. Make sure to look around to see if anything is odd or wrong, like this window here. A tip when placing stairs is to place them in corners, which makes for a nice transition if you have multiple roofs connecting. If you feel like your roof looks a bit thin, you can add stairs upside down to the underside. And here you have it, a nice upgraded house. If you want, you can stick around for tip number 7, which is to add even more details. We're starting with the slab border all around the house, and make sure to place it on the top of the block. I'll show you what to do with this later. We added a balcony because we wanted to, and I think it looks kinda cute. A pair of doors, and magically the interior is done. Here are some examples of things you can put in your Minecraft house. I like to think cute but functional when I'm designing interior stuff. Like the kitchen. It looks like a kitchen with a sink and a tap, but you can still put your food in it. We also added some plants because, you know, green is nice. And now I'm going to add a path to our door. And this is a simple but cool path, I believe. I mix different blocks and textures to make it look interesting. If you right click with the shovel on grass, it makes this path looking texture. And to make your house even more inviting, I recommend you make some kind of light source, like a lamppost. Now we're gonna use that border we made before. If you place grass blocks with trapdoors, you can make it look like pots, big pots, and then you put some flowers in it, or just bombard it with leaves to make it look like an overgrown bush. We're gonna do this all around the house. Here's what our house looks like from the outside now. Ida went ahead and added some trees, and this is the finished product. Took us about an hour to build in creative mode. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching.